Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Alrighty, folks, welcome to the Whitfield Report, live here on a Saturday night. And yeah, we are literally winging it tonight. I'm your host, Sam Whitfield, broadcasting live from South Florida. You know that whole shtick. Apex Gamma will be joining us momentarily. I know I promised the audience at the end of last week that we would have Milker Nation on the stream, and I legitimately thought that would be the case since it seemed like we were going to do something with Milker Nation last week, but evidently he works weekends now, so his free time on Saturday nights is not what it once was. So we are going to have Milker Nation on the show at some point. It's just going to be a question of when. I am more than willing to, do the stream or show whenever he wants to. It may be on a Monday, it may be on a Tuesday, it may be on a Thursday, which is also when we used to do the show. And who knows? I might do a Thursday show again. Usually, the Thursday show that I do is my solo show, where I tend to cover like something in either popular culture or if there's like a breaking political story. I do something there. And that's my solo show, and then set no cough button here, folks. We do live. Anyway, as I was saying, Thursdays tend to be the pre-recorded show, and then Saturdays, it's the live show. That's usually what happens. So, and we've been having some great guests lately on the show. We had Toxic Man flew this past week. We had Akaba the week before, and we had Genius Anus the week before that. So we've had some really good guests tonight, folks. And like I said, I thought we were going to have Milker Nation, but he is unavailable. So it's just going to be the Gamma and I probably talking about some stuff tonight. I have no idea what we're going to cover tonight. I have some ideas of shit that I'd like to maybe talk about, namely, I'd like to talk about maybe some heavy metal bands, since Dick Molesterson, not Dick Masterson, but Dick Molesterson, who was a separate person, kind of started that thread on Twitter last night. And yeah. Well, and by the way, I do have a new microphone here too, folks. One that fits into the frame, and be one that hopefully sounds better. And mint condition, what are you doing in chat, sir? You're do I need to resend you the invite link? Because I can do that. Or are you just taking your time to get set up like I usually do because I'm usually crippled. But yeah, and also for those of you who are wondering why I rarely cover politics, what you've been in waiting for 10 minutes, why the hell am I not? Why the hell am I not seeing you? Then. Okay. Hold the fuck on. Fuck. Yep. Like I said, folks, we're doing this live, so we're gonna figure it out. Discord. Well, Discord is being faggy, but there you are. Apex Grandma. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey there, Apex. How you
Hey,
doing?
buddy. Yeah, my live window says 7 minutes right now. I mean, I've been in here. I just was letting you do your thing. I don't know. I don't know what that was. What's up, buddy?
Okay. Not much. I was just about to explain to the folks that, I know that there is some stuff with Biden, but quite honestly, Biden and the whole political scene pretty much bores. I don't really feel like there's much talk other than the usual. He's a shitty president and whatnot,
Yeah,
and
Biden
so I
Biden
don't.
falling Biden falling on his bike is like it's not nearly as good as the stairs thing, in my opinion, because it's still funny, but like he had like a pedal strap, I believe, on his pedals, so like he stopped and he couldn't get his old ass foot out of the out of the pedal strap, and he bonked him. He fell to the ground a little bit. He didn't hurt himself. You know, he's definitely decrepit. The best part I saw was, I don't know if Trump actually posted this on his social media platform, but the gif of him like hitting a fucking solid ass drive and then like editing the golf ball into the Biden video. It hits him in the helmet and then he falls over on the bike. Let's see if I can find that on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah, he did that with Biden falling up the stairs as well, I believe.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, you know, I guess who felt better, Biden or Ethan Ralph? I have to say Ethan Ralph still takes the cake for chaos, though. You know that Ralph's head bouncing off the pavement is infinitely more, I guess, entertaining slash painful as opposed to Biden just falling.
Sure. I mean, I'm not sure how the two equate, but yeah, I guess that's true.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure how they quit either, other than the fact that, both 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 gentlemen are on the ground, and I also dislike both gentlemen, so there's that. Um,
I watched something horrifying and also satisfying today. Video of somebody being confronted with a firearm. They have a pistol in their hand, and it's a white guy, and it's another white guy. Like, come on, motherfucker, put your fucking hands up. Don't be a bitch. Come on, put your hands up. And the dude takes his fucking shirt off and hangs it on a tree. And the whole time the dude's like, he's got a gun in his hand. He's like, get down, dude. Stop. Get down. Get down. The dude takes his shirt off and he fucking hangs it on the tree. He's like, I'm going to fucking take that. And it's pow. One fucking round. He's like, ow, 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 ouch, ouchie, oh,
yeah,
oh. Oh, God. It was so good. Like, like, It's very funny.
There,
I wonder if we could watch that.
there's
You think we could watch that without you getting struck?
um
There's no blood.
who yeah, probably.
All right, let me find it.
There's also the video. I'm sure you,
Steely has the. I mean, he's the only person that commented on it on my on Twitter. But his comment was, "Put your hands up and scrap like a man!" Exclamation point! Owie! Ouch! Ooh, that's smarts. It's a perfect translation of what happened. So yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that real quick. Yep, I
hey,
understand.
Apex. I'm gonna ask
What?
you a random question as I usually do, which is how do you know Steely? Because Steely pops up in some random ass places, and I'm like, wow, you're here too?
Oh yeah, no, Steely's
He's
everywhere.
just
Steely's the man. I mean, I met Steely in the Zero Tech server, along with so many
yeah.
other great people.
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense because because I popped into Cog's stream the other day and I saw
Oh yeah.
Steely in there and I was like, wait, Steely, you're here too? And he's like, wait, Sam, you're in here too? I'm really surprised you're here.
Oh
So
jeez. All right, let's see. Am I sharing? Can you see that?
yeah.
All right, let's go here. We're gonna watch this.
Get down! Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Put your fucking hands
Can you hear it though?
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Okay.
up, pussy. Get down. Put your fucking hands up, pussy. Put the fucking gun down and scrap like a man, bitch. Scrap like a man, bitch. Put your motherfucker. I'm gonna take that. Ow! Ow! Ow!
I'm sorry. Just one more time. Just one more time.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna take that. Ow! Ow!
Oh God, the sound of that man's agony. Jesus Christ. Stop sharing. There we go. Yeah,
Why
so that's a good way to start the show.
the why just my first impression of watching that video is like, why would you take your shirt off with a man
Well,
like
it's well. See, look, you know what? It's a good study because there's a lot of people out there like that, or a lot. I mean, especially white boys, suburban white boys. That it's all about like peacocking. Like, come on, fool, fucking put the gun down, bitch. I'm gonna take my fucking shirt off. I'll take that gun away from you, motherfucker. And and he might have got away with it if he didn't take that one extra step close, like he was actually gonna try to take the gun. And you could see the dude. The dude had the gun pointed at his fucking head, and he took it down and he shot him. That guy may have lived, actually.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I hope he did. Quite frankly, you know, sincerely, I hope he. You need to. That's something you need to live through and realize how fucking stupid you are for the rest of your life with
Yeah.
that pain, and
It
die of
didn't
natural
I mean
causes.
it didn't look fatal or anything. It looked
Mm.
like it hurt like hell, but other than that,
Yeah, I mean, depending on, I don't know. I mean, I get confused when like the way video gets mirrored and shit. But just looking at it, it looks like he probably took it in the upper left quadrant of his chest.
yeah.
But if he got it in the heart, I don't think he would have been howling like that. He probably took it. Probably went clean the fuck through. Just fucking. Oh damn, that's okay. Go from trying to look. Listen, folks. Someone has a gun. I don't care how mad you are. Just you already lost, unless you two have a gun and you're willing to go. Cowboy. Old West style or whatever. Shoot out in the streets like they do in Chicago, which I wouldn't advise either.
hmm
But I mean, I understand the idea of like just throwing down and scrapping. Like you got a beef with some fucking even random stranger sometimes. But Actually, no, never with random strangers, because you do not know who those people are. You do not know what they're capable of or what they have. That's why firearms and your right to bear them is so obvious. You know.
There there was a video I saw like 2 weeks ago, and I can't remember what it's called or where. Well, I know it was on Twitter, but I can't remember like where I found it from or whatever. But it was a video of like two guys. They were like scrapping and whatnot in the street, like kind of like shoving each other. And then they literally stopped to help like an old lady from getting like run over by like a city bus
Sure.
or something like or something like that. I mean, it was kind of like that, but in reverse. It's kind of like yeah, we're beefing. Oh shit, we better team up to save this old lady from getting run
Well, right.
over. So
But that's the thing is like not all physical not all physical altercation has to be life and death, and it shouldn't be. And it didn't used to be.
no,
Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it didn't used to be, but especially when you're kids, kids don't have the inherent ability to murder each other. Considering they have parents that are ideally watching them to some degree, or if they're adults or some sort of whatever supervision in the
yeah,
picture. So that's how a lot of beefs get solved in younger age, even into young adulthood. It's like take his shirt off and throw down at the fucking party when he's going to lose. Whatever, move on.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's just not it's not a valid tactic in the real world when it comes to dealing with the real world. Because when you're in an enclosed space like your family or your school, like you have time to interact with these people, to have some idea. And even then, look how many fucking school shootings that aren't confirmed fucking Fed ops or whatever. There's all kinds of cases of I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. I'm just trying to kill time here. Uh,
Well, no, no. That actually is something I was kind of thinking out with. And I mean, I've kind of wondered this before, not just with Uvalde, but like I have to wonder. We hear about school shootings. We hear about school shootings a lot, um, over the past few years. So, like, how many shootings do we not hear about? Uh, and that are school shootings. I mean, I know that there are gang shootings over like every weekend or so. But I guess I'm just kind of curious.
you
Like I
mean
would be
like
curious.
you mean like ethnic school shootings? Like if like black kids shoot up a black school? Is that
Yeah,
kind of what you mean?
well. Basically, and Tim Dillon kind of made this point like a couple months ago on a podcast. He said like, what is the criteria for shooting getting noticed by the media? Like, what is the criteria exactly? And it is a good question because we know that obviously there are more shootings than are reported. So, this is going to be a really dark train of thought, but like, at what point does a shooting get bad enough that the media is forced to basically give a shit
I mean
about?
it seems kind of obvious, man. Like it doesn't even revolve around shootings. Like you talk about vehicular manslaughter in crowds of people. We had what was it at Charlottesville, that dude with the Charger. I don't know how many people got injured or killed, but Waukesha, there was a bunch of children and people. I think it was over 12 or more.
Yeah,
And that was news for about 8 hours, and then that shit got buried. But they still, I mean, it's all racially motivated, man. Like that shit seems pretty obvious. And maybe not all of it, but it is a big deal. It's always been about clicks, quote unquote, views, viewership, and holding people's attention, and you know Trauma is what
Yeah,
does it.
and believe me, I'm not minimizing those and saying that they aren't bad because they are bad. I'm just saying that there's probably equally heinous shit that we don't even hear about day to day because you know
I mean, sure,
it's just
you
the
could if
way.
you. I mean, if it's reported on at all, then you could hear about it. It's just not projected into the onto the global stage or whatever.
Right. Um.
Which yeah, I'm sure
So
there's serial
yeah.
killers running around having the time of their fucking lives right now. I used to think growing up like in the in the 90s and into the 2000s, like watching the internet evolve and stuff, and just having like a fascination with just like morbid shit in general, like serial killers of studying serial killers in certain ways. It's like, damn, like there's no way you could do that kind of shit anymore. Like surveillance and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's just like I don't know. It's I guess I thought like I guess I kind of again in a morbid kind of way like glamorized them. Like, dude, you couldn't do this kind of these crazy psycho murderers. You couldn't do that shit anymore. Like science and the police. It's way too. So you may be able to get away with one or two, but you're not going to go on no kind of crazy spree. But it wasn't that long ago. I think during the Portland lockdowns, or not lockdowns, but the Chaz shit, there was some sort of like treasure hunting. I'm gonna butcher the details here, but like some sort of like treasure hunting app for teenagers where they could like hide things for one another around town and like pin them on this app or whatever. And some kids found like a suitcase filled with body parts by a bridge during all that, like right at the middle of all that Chaz shit. It was like a blip. It was like a story for like 2 seconds.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
you
I
remember
remember
that?
that.
Yeah. So like that sort of shit is like, okay, well maybe the glory days aren't over for these fucking psycho murderers.
Well,
I don't know.
what's fascinating to me, and by the way, hail Milker in chat.
Oh, hi Milker.
Good to see, buddy. Sorry you can't come on, but we'll have to figure out when to. I mean, we're both flexible. Um,
Well,
but we know you're
that's
working tonight.
that's because you're half rubber
But
band, buddy.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm half rubber band. I'm partially crippled too. But
Rubber band man.
you know
Go
what
ahead.
is kind of interesting is uh, I watched about a month ago. I watched the movie Zodiac, which is about the Zodiac killer, and I understand that yeah, that's been fictionalized. But the other thing too is that case has never been solved,
Yeah. Well,
even
same
with
with
like
the Black Dahlia murder, as far as I understand. My favorite band, they're the namesake, Elizabeth Short. You know,
yeah.
there's
You
lots of
know,
those though.
yeah.
But go ahead, go ahead.
I actually heard something interesting about the Black Dahlia murders. There's a theory out there that it was a woman that did those.
Interesting.
Um,
Well, that was just one. The Black Dahlia murder was just one woman, as far as I understand. Elizabeth Short, unless I've got the story all
yeah,
wrong.
no,
Uh,
no, it was just one.
well, yeah, there's
Um,
all kinds of theories. I mean, it seems to have been like some sort of physician. The way it was very surgical and like they sucked all her blood out and shit and bisected her in all the right
yeah,
weird places and at the right whatever. Shit's brutal, dude. I'm not sure. I guess starting off with that self defense shooting led us down a weird, morbid path this evening. But again, we had nothing to talk about anyway, so we'll just keep going, I guess.
sometimes the shows where we just wing it oddly, end up doing the best. That's what's so funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, so we'll just keep
about
giving our take on serial killers, I guess.
this one. No, I mean, I never had a fascination with serial killers per se, but I am a big into the film noir genre, and a lot of novels and movies that are in that vein kind of all stem from the Black Dahlia murder. One of my favorite novelists, a troll by the name of James Elroy, his mother was actually murdered in like 1948, and he got like super invested into uh that whole world, and then ended up he's written like 5 or 6 novels about just crime in Los Angeles. And I know one of his movies was made into a movie with Kevin Spacey before everyone knew he was a child rapist. But yeah, pretty fascinating. So,
Interesting.
um, so yeah.
What was his name
Um,
again?
James Elroy.
James
The
Elroy.
the movie is the movie is called L.A. Confidential. It has
James Elroy
Russell
here.
Crowe, and yeah, there's he actually trolled the entire internet into believing that he has never owned a computer, and yet you know that he doesn't own a Twitter, doesn't own a smartphone, and yet he's been on Twitter tweeting for years now, and he just told people that he had his secretary do it.
Nice.
So, um, but yeah, one thing I did want to ask you is in regards to this whole uh Ejon thing. So you and I were talking a bit before the show, and there's new there's a new documentary out that claims that Jesse Lee Peterson is is gay, and
Whoops.
yeah, that was my phone that time. And evidently, I don't know if that's true or not. It seemed
I,
there's always
I'm
been
gonna take
something
a
off about Jesse Lee.
I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark here and say that Milo Yiannopoulos has something to do with this.
Yeah.
He does, of course. Okay. Yeah. I don't look. I don't.
Well,
I don't believe fucking anything anymore. I really don't. I just. It's all a work. There's all some sort of angle. I believe people are trying to be sincere at times, but I mean, Milo is now like works for a gay conversion church. He's on staff.
yeah.
I saw that shit on. I don't remember the name of it, but um, yeah. So Milo's been good at one thing, and that's getting attention for being a faggot, and now he's just being a different kind of faggot. You know, literally the polar opposite of what he's been for most of
Yeah.
his career.
Well, and then I guess Milker actually tweeted something about Owen, which
I was gonna bring that up too,
uh
actually.
yeah,
Oof. I did. You know what?
which I
I slammed a cup of coffee before the show, and I have to like piss really bad. I'm sorry, Chad and Sammy, but I will be right back.
oh, go ahead. Yeah. Take a leak. Yeah, so yeah, not to discredit you, Milk or something, but I almost skipped over what you said about Owen because I was kind of like, is this something new? Is this something like I feel like I feel like the Owen content has just been so uh you know he's been milked for content thoroughly. So, is there anything new or real worth covering? I guess if Milk Nation is covering it, there's a damn good chance it's legit probably. But other than that, I don't know. Sam can beat Joe in a bike race. You're goddamn right I can, evil Eric. In all honesty though, in regards to Biden falling off his bike, I'm not so sure. I mean, I know that him falling is funny, but I'm not sure just exactly how. It's not that unexpected. He's a geriatric old man. That shouldn't really surprise anyone. So.
All right, I'm back.
But yeah. So is this Owen thing new? Because the last time I checked, like the camping thing, he was trying to do that when we were still.
He was,
him,
but he apparently he just now
years ago.
Apparently, just now. Again, I don't know exactly the details. It would be nice for Milker to be here to tell them. But if I can find the tweet. Yeah, so Big Bear submitted a permit application for Beartaria that says they no longer wish to allow people to camp on site for a fee and only wish to use the property in a private recreational manner. And let's see.
Refresh time.
Owen Milker then tweets, could have swore I watched Owen raise $400,000 offering people lifetime camping rights on his Beartaria property for $400 each. Now he's officially made Beartaria private with no bear camping allowed. Grift complete. Good job, Bears.
Was 400,000 the amount of money he actually got, or was that like his goal?
No, I'm assuming based on this tweet, because I do not remember, and I wasn't really paying attention by that point, that he actually raised $400K. Or I don't know if he did, or if that was again, it's probably the goal. But maybe Milker can clear that up in chat. But yeah, that's the latest there. What we all knew became true.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that Owen is even. I mean, Owen's not really relevant anymore at all. But I guess the last I heard from him, he went on Sam Tripoli's podcast to try and I guess clear the air between them or whatever, and it basically ended the Chrissy Mara versus Ralph, podcast, which no one was surprised by. But yeah, I think Owen might finally be ready to just be left alone and not cause trouble, I guess.
Well, no, that's what he's wanted all along. But it's like this it's like this ability that certain people have to just exhaust you. They'll lie right to your face, and then you just become tired of arguing, and then you just give up. I know I've known many people like that in real life, which is part of the reason I caught on to the Owen thing in the first place. But yeah, you know what I mean. So I became exhausted with the whole thing a long time ago, and Owen said it even when I was clipping him. He's like, everybody that fucking hates me either dies or just gives up. and he's got that Jewish persistence, I guess. That Jewish, what do you call it? Revolutionary spirit.
Well, I now see that's interesting because, like, from my perspective, no one ever gave up. No one ever gave up. He just stopped doing shit that wasn't, that was worth like clipping anymore. Like even even like our dear friend John Arcade, who had the most reason to go after him, was eventually like, dude, there's nothing anymore. He's just literally canning fruit.
Right.
So
Well, again, he whittled it down. He figured it out, and however much money he raised, it was under false pretense, and all of us, from Johnny Arcade to Milker Nation and everybody in between, said that it was bullshit, and he was never going to let people camp there. And now that's true, as worthless as that may be. But Owen always said he was a cult leader, and I guess he's got it. I even commented under Milker's tweet, and like I would be surprised if any of the Bears that are
yeah,
left would even be upset by this announcement. And he pretty quickly responded with, "Oh no, they're happy. They don't. They're like, oh no, do you, Big Bear? It's your property. It's none of our business."
yeah. I think I think that's kind of is the change now. Is like all of the people. All of the people who would have been worth saving are already out now.
Oh
So
yeah,
and
they have been
have
for a long time. Yeah.
yeah, and have been for a while. I now here is what's interesting is I distinctly remember Nick Fuentes going, "Oh, Owen Benjamin," because remember Nick and Owen had a beef back in the
Oh
day.
yeah, I clipped the hell out of it. Yeah.
And I distinctly remember Nick saying, "Oh, I'll never be a cult leader like Owen.
Oh,
I'll
dude,
never
no.
be as crazy and deranged as that guy." And
No, for
I mean, maybe not crazy, but
just like from Crowder to Owen, it went from Owen to Fuentes. It's this whatever thing, this little internet e-celeb bug, this especially particularly right wing internet grifter bug that figures out they learn from one another and then they adapt and they basically all do exactly the same fucking thing. Um, you know.
yeah. I mean, I think the big thing with Crowder though is like Crowder hasn't like nothing's really changed
Well,
with
no,
him. Like,
see, no, Crowder taught Owen. That's been a theory of mine, and not just mine, but
yeah,
that's when Owen lost his. That's when Owen went off his shit because he took lessons he learned from Crowder and pushed the pedal to the floor on them. Instead of the steady consistency, he's like, I'm gonna get it all now. You know. No, or are you frozen? Oh, Sammy's dead.
like
Oh,
or oh shit.
no, I hear you. Hey, stop doing that with your finger, though. It's freaking me out, man. It's, it looks like a
Oh, did I
it looks like a breadstick.
did I did I freeze or not?
No, you did for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Um.
you keep
Hmm.
sticking your finger in front of your on your top lip like a fake mustache on top of your actual mustache. But
Oh.
the way the shadow's going and the way your crippled ass finger, it literally looks like your bones twist around like a breadstick. Hopefully, someone will clip that. Anyway.
Yeah. 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 Whiskey was making
Oh.
fun of my super long
Oh no.
guitar fingers. The
Oh
the
yeah,
other day.
spider. You
Yeah,
got spider fingers. I was just
what
gonna
were you
say,
doing?
I did a little bit of exploring, and I found one of your haters with their YouTube channel has a like 2.5 hour quote unquote celebration to you celebration of Sam Whitfield. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I know,
so
I
you
know.
know yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I clicked on it and I got through a couple of minutes because I was floored by the fact that I had never seen or heard of the parody living in a wheelchair instead of parody of living on a prayer, which is instead of living in a wheelchair, which he plays at the beginning of that video. I can't handle his whole araru, adding the whole it's whatever, not that he had any would have anything
Yeah,
that interesting to add, but that honestly I gave it a thumbs up and I commented LOL just for that alone, and I actually really wanted to play it tonight because I wanted to see, I've never watched the whole thing, and I don't even know
the
that it actually exists or where it comes from, but
yeah the living in a wheelchair sketch. Oh yeah,
oh, it's a
yeah, I
sketch.
know. No, the living in a wheel. I think it must be. It looks like it's professionally produced, or like
Yeah.
it looks like it's a Mad TV sketch or something like that from the mid 2000s. But I think either Evil Eric or Johnny sent it to me like way back in the day when we first met or
Okay,
something.
hold on.
It's been out there for like a
It
super long ass time.
it's just from 2015, and it's a minute and 37 seconds long.
I don't. I mean, well, I mean, listen. I already joked about having a. I already joked about having a fucked up hit because that's the other thing I want to get. Nick Fuentes is claiming that he's an old man now. I'm not sure what the fuck that's all about.
Oh, Sammy, look,
But
it's the older you get, you're always going to say it, and people older than you are always going to say the same thing you're saying. Oh, you wait, you fucking you young whippersnapper. I mean, I'm significantly your senior,
yeah,
and I'd be like,
but
and I complain all the time, and you're like, oh yeah, I know, buddy. I'm like, if I could reach through the damn screen, buddy.
do you
No.
do you well. Listen, I sympathize with you a bit because, like you, I have legit aches and pains, probably.
Yeah.
But
Well, the
but I
difference
don't
is I'm just fucking lazy and a drug addict and alcoholic. A reverted after many years, basically sober, uh, in the worst time of my life to possibly be any of those things. Yeah, I've slid back down. I'm just lazy and a drug addict. You are a crippled. Yours is genetic. Mine might be too, to some degree, but your legs actually don't work and stuff. So
well, I
it's
mean,
different.
well, I mean, I well, I mean, I am part Irish, so my alcoholism actually is genetic,
Yeah, I'm not
genetic,
really. I'm
not really.
honestly not really an
Yeah.
alcoholic. I'm more of just an addict. Like I gotta have something. Just can't. I'm like have an aversion to sobriety.
So
Hmm.
and, and and also, I'm not even sure how much of an alcoholic. First off, I'm not an alcoholic, but even if I was, I'm not sure.
Go
I'm
on,
not sure
son.
what I'm not sure what qualifies as one anymore
Ooh,
because
you have to go to a fucking AA
well no
meeting to get it quantified. You decide that for yourself. Well, not
well
really. But I'm sure
well
there's
no
actual like definitions. But
well no the reason I ask is if you look alcohol this is one thing. The internet is not helpful for shit in regards to
No,
that
not really.
because just for giggles, when I turned 21, I had like 2 beers out in public the first day I could, go out drinking on my birthday. And I said I had 2 beers. It said that my blood alcohol was something and that I was an alcoholic. And
Nice.
I'm like, no fucking shit. So I don't even drink every
No,
day.
they
So
no no. Being drunk doesn't make you an alcoholic. Just because your blood alcohol level, your breathalyzer read anything doesn't mean anything about your, you know, level of alcoholic. As you crack one open. What kind of mic did you get again? What is that fucking monstrous thing you got poking up there?
the AKG Lyra or something, it's whatever our good friend Semper has, which where did he go? I know he's around, but
He died of
he hasn't
COVID, I think.
he no, I think he died of being paranoid about COVID.
No, I
So
think he got pretty fat, right? He got pretty chunky, and it only takes fat people. So
well, I know it's backward. I know. Listen, and I'm making fun of my own hips, so I can do this tonight. But I also know that it's backwards giving him fucking problems too. So,
what
which
happens
is
when you get really fat, and you shouldn't be.
yeah, you're right.
Look, hold on, Sammy. I'm gonna ask you. That is a USB mic that you're using, right? That is just a plug into
Hmm.
your computer. Why don't you get like an interface and use like instead of buying? Because I swear to God, you've bought 2 mics a year since I've been co-hosting with you, like on average. And you can always hear the fucking computer and whatever. Why don't you get like a dynamic mic like I have here? That I mean, you can't even hear the cat meowing or me coughing. I don't even have to cover the mic. I just have to sit, 6 inches away from it. It doesn't look as cute. It's not as like broadcasty, but neither is the goddamn clothes and shit in your background there, bro. you know?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. What I need is a well, first I need to clear some shit up. There's a whole bunch of shit on my desk that you can't see which is probably good
Yeah.
because if you guys could see my desk. Basically, I need to clear desk space off because I don't have room for
Ooh, dude, in
although
DMs
yeah.
privately. Hey, privately, let's take desk pictures. Let's see whose is worse. Just do it privately, because mine's pretty bad too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
Anyway,
do after the show because if you guys have to see me bend down to pick
your phone again.
at my up off the floor, I mean, listen, I might get some pity, but I don't need that much pity from the
We love you,
audience.
man. Especially if your hip's fucked up. Did you do something to it, or is it just?
It's it's oh it's always been that way because of so here's kind of the really fucked up thing. So I have a dislocated hip on my right hip.
Just
The
like
problem
perpetually, it's just perpetually dislocated.
mm, not it's not perpetually dislocated, but like basically they so when I was like a teenager, it kind of got dislocated, and the doctors wanted to put like a metal rod in my to like try and put it back into socket or something. The problem is, and I'm doing this in like super layman's terms since I don't know all the medical terminology and shit. But basically, like if I were to do that, I might get arthritis, at like 30 or something. So
Sure.
now, like I just get like an occasional like pop. It basically I don't always feel pain, but like every once in a while, it'll feel like I have pins and needles somewhat, and it's kind of feeling like that this week too. So, which is, and I, and
By
so when
pins
I
and
made
needles,
that,
you mean like the sleeping, like something falling asleep type of pins and
yeah,
needles. Okay.
yeah, you know how like
Yeah.
you know how if your arm fall, and
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
like, and I mean like it's not like excruciating, but it doesn't feel great
It's
either.
definitely uncomfortable. No, I get it for sure.
And so when Nick Fuentes was bitching out, man, I'm so fucking old. Things just aren't the way that used to be. I'm like, bitch, I've got a leg that's like half asleep. That's been half asleep for
Sam, come
most
on,
of this
hold
week.
on, time out, bro. Like you're literally you've got fucking cerebral palsy. He is a fully able-bodied, albeit tiny, young man, Mexican. You know, he is. There's no reason. The reason he is in pain and feels old is because he sits in front of that green screen. Like you've been doing a show for a long time, Sammy, but you spend a couple hours a week doing it. He spends dozens, if not, I mean, dozens upon dozens. I mean, I don't even know actually, but from what I understand, it's most of his life is spent streaming.
Yeah.
You know, even when he does things in public, he's streaming for money. It's like that, you know. Anyway,
What one thing about that, not necessarily particular to him, but like I've noticed, like with all these live streamers that do it constantly, I would think it would change. I think it would change your brain chemistry after a while. I remember at one point in high school, there was a point where I was literally addicted to playing video games every day, and I was like, well, shit, that
well,
can't be
yeah,
how.
like literally everything changes your brain chemistry if you do it enough. You know what I mean? And that's kind of touches on what I've said repeatedly over the years about the internet and social media and stuff, and how I don't even think we understand what's happening to the human psyche on a lot of levels. With maybe certain branches of the military might, or you know, military intelligence and shit like that. But I don't think we as a society fully grasp the impact of, you know, the invasiveness of social media and how rapidly it onset into society.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Bum, bum, bum.
and we're nowhere near even close because now there's this whole thing with like the metaverse and like 3D worlds and
Oh
which
no,
I
they're trying to put the pedal to the floor even further. Like no, we can't even get a hold. Well, which is why I mean I'm all for it. Let's fucking go. Just bury it all. Let's add another layer to the soil that
are
we've built this fake civilization on top of.
are you are you like me and that you don't and that you still don't understand what NFTs are or are you or do you have crypto monkeys hitting you up every day?
No, no, I think I understand what NFTs are. Enough to know that I still think they're fucking retarded. Just like crypto, in and of itself, I genuinely don't think is a good idea for me. I don't like it. It's not something, not necessarily because I don't understand it, because I don't think it's sustainable. It's not something I want to build. I wouldn't build a house on crypto. I wouldn't build a house on sand, even though it, you know, it rains a lot here and it's pretty stable. It doesn't mean the weather won't change. So yeah, I mean, I don't have any real investments at this point, to be honest with you. But the few that I have are in, you know, things that I can eat or shoot or trade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a not insignificant, but certainly not substantial amount of silver and some gold. which I've had for a long time. But those are valuable metals, things like that could be made into things, which again, in like an immediate future type of situation, collapse is going to mean jack shit.
Sure.
You need food, you need lead, and you need you know stuff like that.
Yeah.
Land, maybe.
Hold on. I think Genius Anus is lurking on Twitter. He's watching via the Twitter stream. I think he might have just sent me something on. Maybe not. No, maybe it's just
Well, yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say we're gonna probably unless something exciting happens, I might have to wrap this one up a little early.
Yeah, I don't mind if we wrap it up. We literally did not plan for this show.
Oh, hey, wait. You know what? Time out. I do want to bring up an honorable mention. I don't know if you saw the statue that they put up in Portland, maybe? I don't know, but it was a giant afro pick. Did you see that?
I saw something about about a George Floyd mural getting struck by lightning, but I'm like, wait, didn't that happen 2 years ago?
No. Hold on, let me find it. So, Captain Molesterson, Dick Molesterson, mentioned earlier. Oh man, it's not gonna make sense if chat doesn't see both of them. Fuck. Anyway.
Is Dick Molesterson like a real I mean, I know that Dick Molesterson is real, but what I'm asking is Dick Molesterson the type that has done streams, or is he just a Twitter parody?
He's pretty much a Twitter parody guy. He's jumped on streams, and he's good at photoshopping and making memes. So this was like I don't even know how many $1 million statue of an afro pick right here behind these fine people here.
Newport.
Just as stereotypical as a giant afro pick.
Oh my god.
Let's see. I don't even know. I don't even know if let's see if this brings anything up. Nope. There it is. That's the world finally has a war memorial statue. World War hair. Sorry. Look at this fucking thing, dude. This is the original.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
So tell me that Mr. Molesterson did not do a bang up job.
Oh yeah, he did.
With
Milker
this edit right here.
Milker says Clown World statue. No, the funny thing about Mr. Molesterson's tweet is, or his Photoshop is, it's actually like less. Well, I mean, I don't want to say less, but it's. I guess it looks just as stereotypical.
Well, you know what I thought. You know what I thought would be even better is if they had like a chicken wing that was shaped like a fist wearing a leather glove. like one, like the one leather glove fist, but it's a chicken wing in a statue form, like a realistic, photorealistic chicken wing, crispy, extra crispy style, statue. That shit would cost $15 million with a nice leather
And
glove.
KFC
Yeah,
would endorse it.
exactly. I mean, because that's where like that was where the inspiration came from in my mind was that old KFC Black Lives Matter ad with the chicken wing in the foreground and the black fist shadow in the background.
Oh my God, that's right. I forgot all about
I
that.
still have that shit saved on my phone. I scroll by it sometimes and it makes me very happy.
Oh, oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'm good to wrap it up, folks. If it's all right with y'all, I'm tired and I'm going to work early again.
Yeah, I'm good I'm good to shut it down.
Shut it down.
Next week we might have a guest. Well, more specifically, one of my IL friends is getting into amateur boxing, and he wants to come on the show. I think next week before his big fight to talk about it.
Oh no,
So
no,
I don't know how that will go, but
probably
it
not well,
could
man.
it could be good. It could be a complete and total train wreck.
It'll be content, I guess.
It'll be it'll be content, and you guys can make fun of him, I guess,
Nah, I don't want to make
because
fun of your.
I already do all the time.
Well, look, fool. If he's getting into the squared circle and he's getting out there and throwing leather, like a real man, I'm all right with that.
He he thinks he's Jake Paul, and I've already told him, no, dude, you're I love you, but you're not Jake Paul,
Well, look, maybe
not
hold on,
yet.
time out.
Anyway,
Now maybe we can spark a rivalry here. He's your IRL friend. I'm your internet friend. How tall is he? Is he a short guy or is he a tall guy?
he's like I'll send. I don't want to do it here since
Well,
well,
look,
I
is
mean,
he 6 foot tall or is he shorter?
no, he's short.
Oh shit! All right. Well,
I'll 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 send you a photo. I'll send you a
I don't want
photo.
to. God damn it! I don't want a photo of him. I'm just trying to get like cut a promo here, man. Like I'll fight him. He can fight me, but I'm I'm too tall and big for little shorties. I'd like hold them. I'd like hold them back by their forehead, kind of thing.
He's the type who thinks he can take. He's the type who thinks he can take you on though, which is what's funny.
That's fine. Maybe he can. That's what I'm saying. We'll spark a fucking. We'll get some shit going. YouTube boxing is the thing, man. That's my ticket.
Yeah, well that might be a good point. I've well let me put it to you this way. He's about the same height as Ethan Ralph. So and he's he's heavy set. He's not quite as gunty as the Guns, but like he's like Ralph if Ralph were responsible and weren't an asshole and kind of had like a responsible job, I guess. So
All right. Well,
yeah.
look, amateur boxing friend. I'm 6'2", 185, bitch. Bring your ass on the Whitfield report and we'll talk out details, motherfucker. I ain't got money to fly there, but if you do, I'll come.
You'll be oh so you'll go to Colorado then. So
Well, I'll fly wherever if it's paid for.
hmm yeah,
I'm just kidding.
that sounds good. So
Let's go. Anyway, good night, everybody. Good night, Sammy.
all right, good night. And with that, have a good evening, folks. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, I guess. So
The ones that don't suck.
yeah, the ones that don't suck, and to the
No, you
ones
know what?
that
Them too. to the ones that do suck, happy Father's Day. I hope you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah, for one day of the year. Other than that, go screw yourselves. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.